Season 12 of Sea of Thieves is firmly underway, and for the most part the game has held up really well with the influx of new players on PlayStation, the new weapons and new tools. It really does seem like the new game health team have hit the ground running, with a patch of bug fixes already released and another patch scheduled for next week. We've also now heard that Gilded Voyages are making a return very soon, so stay tuned for all the details. Hello pirates, my name is Ellie and I post regular Sea of Thieves videos on this channel. If you want to stay up to date with the game, then remember to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. As you may know, when the pre-launch patch came in on the 25th of April for the early access release on PlayStation, there were a few hitches. One of the notable ones was that Guild's functionality was not working as expected. On the 2nd of May, Rare released a patch which fixed guilds, and so full guild functionality should now be available to all players. The launch of Season 12 also introduced a couple of new bugs, one of which was a visual and graphical bug which affected water as well as some other areas of the game. This has also been fixed with the patch released on the 2nd of May. Game health, while in my opinion is significantly improved, has still not quite landed where the team at Rare want. In the latest State of Play post, the specific issues mentioned were the passive megalodons, gunpowder keg detonation issues, a new throwing knife spam glitch, and the skeleton squared commendation not progressing. These specific issues are hopefully going to be addressed with the next patch, which Rare have scheduled for the 7th of May, next Tuesday. They did also talk about some other issues they're working on, including missing ship names and the eternal hazelnut beard errors, which seem to occur while joining in progress to an active world event. They do also mention that they have a scheduled update planned for later in May, and so perhaps some of these issues might get pushed back depending on the fixes required and whether or not they land. Either way, I think it's pretty safe to say that this new game health team are really hitting the ground running here. I had a video planned earlier in the week to talk about game health and the state of the updates and patches, but I actually ended up canning the video because Rare have noticeably stepped things up. Not only did the launch go smoothly in terms of server performance, at least in my experience, but they are quick firing these patches to iron out the long-standing and newly occurring bugs that are in the game. We haven't had this many patches back to back for a very long time, and from what I can tell, so far, the patches are landing and the issues are gradually being resolved. As for Season 12, the season itself is proving really quite fun. While there isn't anything new to actually do, the new tools and weapons and the abundance of new players and returning players on the seas is making the game feel really fresh and fun and more like the Sea of Thieves we all love. However, like every live service game, there is room for improvement, and some of the areas that Rare are taking a look at right now include throwing knives and some stuttering during movement while using these. They're also looking into the way that knives stick into interactable objects, and I think what they're referring to here is the newly found instance of players throwing a load of throwing knives into the anchor to stop boarders from dropping it. Now, we know they removed the ability to stack loot on the anchor, so I would hazard a guess that this functionality will be patched out as soon as possible. They're also looking at the bone caller and the fact that some players are reporting that the skeletons are finding tuckers. This isn't supposed to happen, and so Rare are looking into potential fixes for this. The double barrel pistol has an issue where you eventually can't refill your ammo, and the weapon still fires but essentially does no damage. They've said that this is proving tough to reproduce, so if this bug does happen to you, then go ahead and submit a report to Rare with as much detail as possible to help them with fixing this. I encountered this at a fort, and it seems like hip firing was a minor workaround, but it didn't last long enough, it broke again. Obviously, with the new tools and weapons, there is a lot of talk about balance, and Rare are monitoring and keeping an eye on feedback and data, and I'm sure they'll be addressing and adjusting things as need be in the sandbox. So the next patch is scheduled for the 7th of May, and this should fix the passive meg encounters, gunpowder keg issues, commendation progress, and the throwing knife spam glitch. Rare also announced today that Gilded Voyages are making their return. From the 16th until the 23rd of May, players will have access to up to 4 single-use, time-limited Gilded Voyages of the Ancient Isles. You'll be able to earn the Sea Mark tribute tattoo for taking part in these voyages, as well as all the loot. It seems like Gilded Voyages are getting a nice rework, and not only that, but the major difference I spot here is that the Gilded Voyages are focused on a specific area of the map, the Ancient Isles. This should mean for some really spicy weeks on the seas, with everyone trying to complete their voyages in the same area. I love it when they force players into a smaller area of the map. Players coming together on the server is when Sea of Thieves shines its brightest. All those player interactions, battles, alliances, etc. It's all just super focused in one area, and I can't really remember them doing this since the Reaper runs, which was a really long time ago now. So it's great to see Rare taking Sea of Thieves back to its roots and pushing those player interactions. All in all, I'd say the Sea of Thieves Season 12 update has been great so far. It's early days, of course, but I've been absolutely loving the new toys to play with. The harpoon balancing has really been fun to mess around with, and throwing knives are really addictive to use against skellies. What new feature from Season 12 is your favourite? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked the video, then please do leave a like and subscribe for more Sea of Thieves content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the seas!